All right, and we are back. This is NHL 20 Franchise Mode Calgary Flames, and this is episode number 11. Yes, welcome back to our Franchise Mode here with the Calgary Flames in EA Sports' NHL 20 as we are set to continue our 2020-2021 season, picking up where we left off at the end there of episode 10 with the month of November. So welcome, as mentioned, to our Franchise Mode, back with the Flames here. And obviously we are fighting for a Stanley Cup, something we obviously didn't accomplish in our first full season as GM with the Calgary Flames. We're going to try and get that done here in our second season. This is episode 11, so we're going to get through as much simming here in the regular season as we can. As you can see, we did do the month of October, and the training camp and preseason in the last episode, episode 10, and we got our training camp preseason done. Then we started the regular season here with the month of October. Just going up to it here, and you can see we started with back-to-back games against the Arizona Coyotes. We took that split there, and then we kind of went on a bit of a losing streak there to start off the season. The month was highlighted by a number of shootout losses. One here to the Predators, one here to the Avalanche, and one here to the Devils. I believe that was it for the shootout losses in that month, but it kind of affected our team here until we got to the end of the month here. You can see we played the Lightning, then the Columbus Blue Jackets, and then I accidentally hit advance one day into November and simmed the first game of November against the Penguins, and we actually won that one as well. So we're riding a three-game winning streak, I should say, to end off that month and begin the month of November. Now we got our second of back-to-back games here against the Pittsburgh Penguins to continue the month of November. But yeah, a bit of a shaky start for the Calgary Flames in the 2020-2021 season. We obviously have a record of 5-3-4. That's good enough right now for 5th place in the Pacific Division. But again, it's very early. We're only 12 games into the season. As you can see, the team's separated by just a few points. We're only 2 points back there of the Coyotes and Canucks. And then the Oilers sitting there with 17 points. The Golden Knights leader division with 18 points. But again, look at our standings there. The interesting thing is that we have played about 2 games less than most teams, 1 game less than some of the teams there. But we've got the lowest amount of games played in our division at 12. And I believe the Jets have 11. So do the Canadiens. And the Capitals have 12, and the Hurricanes have 11. So we are in the bottom for games played, just by a little bit, but that's kind of interesting that we've played the least amount of games. We do have 3 games coming up here in 4 days, or in 3 games in 4 days, I should say. So that should maybe even out the games played. But yeah, you can see. I mean, we're sitting fine. I mean, we're only 12 games into the season. Lots of simming still to go here as we continue on our season. So I just want to take a really quick look here at. We're not going to look at our team stats because I think it's too early for that 12 games in. But I just wanted to take a look at our player stats here. Michael Backlund is leading us this year so far with points. Pretty good considering that Michael Backlund. This is the first year that he has been bumped out of the top 6. He is obviously anchoring that third line at the center position, but he's doing really well. 14 points in 12 games. I don't know how much of that's come on the power play here. Oh, that's why he's got 3 power play goals and 6 power play points there. So he's 6 of his 14 points have come on the power play. He's playing on the second unit, so that second power play unit must be getting it done. And obviously 3 of his 4 goals have come on the power play. So probably not going to be scoring a lot on that third line. But when you get some special teams minutes, you're probably going to be putting it up there. So that's good to see Michael Backlund on the third line leading us. Max Domi, as we all knew, would probably be one of our top point getters, leading us with 11 assists, as mentioned, playing on that line with Mangiapane and Tkachuk, just feeding them power forward and a sniper. The puck there, 13 points for Domi on that second pairing. There's Noah Hannafin with 12 points. Good to see him up there. Sam Bennett, 9 points. But then look at this. Johnny Gaudreau, just 9 points through 12 games, 3 goals, 6 assists. There's Mangiapane, Dubé, and then there's just Monahan with 2 goals and 8 points, Matthew Tkachuk has just 6 points, and then Elias Lindholm has just 6 points. So our top, you could argue, our top 4 guys, Johnny Gaudreau, Sean Monahan, Matthew Tkachuk, and Elias Lindholm, are all struggling to start off the season, and they also lead us in ice time. So when we go to where are we here? When we go to time on ice, per game. You can see Rasmus Anderson actually leads us with ice time playing on that top pairing with Mark Giordano. They're both up there. But then there's Sean Monahan, Noah Hannafin, but Elias Lindholm, Johnny Gaudreau. So our top 3 forwards in terms of ice time is still Monahan, Gaudreau, Lindholm. And then Matthew Tkachuk as our second on the second line there as our 4th highest forward in terms of ice time. So those 4 guys have the most amount of ice time, yet they are struggling offensively. So just thought that was kind of interesting there when I looked at it in our last at the end of the last episode. Obviously, Gaudreau, Monahan, Lindholm on that top line, Tkachuk on that second line with Domi and Mangiapane. Kind of strange for Tkachuk because with Domi going so well, and even Mangiapane, how many he's got 5 goals already, 3 assists in 12 games. Highly expect Andrew Mangiapane to be up there in terms of our team lead when it comes to goals. Like I said, finished last year 28 goals on the third line. So he's playing obviously with an elite playmaker in Max Domi. So he should be up there. But kind of surprised that Tkachuk isn't in on a little bit more of scoring on that second line. The big one is this first line. They got to get going here somehow. Obviously we need this line to be going really well if we expect to not only repeat as a Pacific Division champions this year for a 3rd straight year, but obviously if we want to do some damage in the playoffs and win a Stanley Cup. So a bit of a struggle for these guys, but they should be able to pick it up. Again, 12 games in. It's only 12 games in, so hopefully they can pick it up. Like I said, Backlund doing really well on this 3rd line with Dubé and even Bennett, and then our 4th line not putting up a lot of offense, but that's not what we expected. And then, of course, just quick look here at our defense again. Giordano, Anderson leading us in ice time. Valimaki, Hannafin, Shillington, and Hamnick. Hamnick was injured for a little bit in that last episode as well. So the last thing I want to say is our goaltending. David Rittich has struggled this season. You can see Cam Talbot is currently our starter. I think he's won back-to-back games for us. He's played the last 2. I left him in for that Pittsburgh game, and he played the game just before that. So Riddick has struggled a little bit, though. Just 2 wins so far this season through 9 games at 902. And you can see Cam Talbot has 3 wins through 5 games and a 904. So Talbot slightly better numbers right now. Again, 12 games into the season. We can't hit the panic button just yet, but right now, I don't know why I hit edit player. Right now, you can see that Cam Talbot is playing slightly better. So let's get back to our main screen here. I don't know what's going on. Here we go. Sim up to our next game here against the Penguins. Like I said, let's try to get some simming, a lot of simming done here. So yeah, it was Columbus and then Pittsburgh to start off this month. So back-to-back wins to start this month. Like I said, we're riding a 3-game winning streak. And Cam Talbot, I believe, has played 2, if not 3 of them. I can't remember if he played that other one as well. But anyway, we are going to stick with Cam Talbot. He just got us a 5-4 win over the Penguins, and we'll see if he can get us another. We'll see if he can get us another win here over Pittsburgh. Back-to-back games, like I said, against Pittsburgh. And like I said, we're just starting to slowly climb back into the Pacific. We were now we're 7th again. I was going to say we were 7th, but and then we moved to 5th, and now we're back to 7th. But again, just 12 games played there. So some teams are already at 15. Even Arizona's already at 16 games. So I mean, we should be able to make up with it in these next four games in these next 6 days there. So we have a lot of hockey coming up. So let's get this Pittsburgh game going. Let's see if we can start stringing together some wins. Like I said, we're on a 3-game winning streak. Let's see if we can keep it going here after a slightly poor start for the Flames. So here we go in Pittsburgh from PPG Paints Arena. First period, nothing. Second period, Flames and Penguins. They get the first goal of the game. It is Patrick Hornquist. Shutout through 40 minutes. Come on, Calgary. Third period, we do get one, but so do they. Zach Ashton Reese getting the goal, beating Talbot. We get Mangiapane's lone goal, his 6th of the season, beating Matt Murray. So offense going a little dry in this one. Obviously, that top line continuing to struggle offensively. And 9-3-8 for Cam Talbot. Not bad. We do have back-to-back games coming up here, so I will probably give Talbot this first game. Yeah, we have Washington and Carolina. So let's 10-1-2 are the Washington Capitals. They got to be leading the league here. I just want to quickly look here. The Caps with 22 points. The Avalanche also with 22 points. So yeah, they're tied for the league lead right now, are the Washington Capitals. But Talbot's been playing good, so I think we'll leave Talbot in for this game against Washington, and then we will probably put Riddick in for that Carolina game. I just want to see if we can get this offense going somehow. I'm not sure what we can do. I don't want to go too major yet and mix up our top 6 like too major yet right now, but we got to get some sort of offense going. You know what? We'll make a quick change up here. Lindholm and Mangiapane swapping spots. That kind of hurts the line chemistry a little bit, but Mangiapane 6 goals already. Maybe he can get going with Gaudreau and Monahan. Maybe Domi can spark Elias Lindholm a little bit. We'll just make a quick minor change like that. Also, let's get Mark Jankowski back in here. We did take him out in 1 point in the last episode in favor of Austin Zernick. But let's just try and inject a little bit of offense here into our lineup and see if we can get our team going because we are struggling a little bit here offensively. So let's get this game here against the Caps. We are 5-4-4 in the season. Obviously not the way we want to start season. Still 7th in our division. Actually, we're tied with the Ducks with 14 points, but again, least amount of games played. So here we go. We're starting to make up these games now. Washington Capitals and Calgary Flames from Capital One Arena in DC. What do we have against the league-leading Caps? Come on, Flames. 1-1 Ovechkin and Johnny Gaudreau, so 2 superstars scoring in this first period there. Second period, Flames and Caps, nothing. Come on, Calgary, huge third period. Nothing. We do get a point. Can we get that much-needed extra point? Come on, Flames. We're going to a shootout. Oh my god, I hate shootouts. Come on, Flames. Yes, we do. Thank you. Nick Backstrom scores, but so does Matthew Tkachuk and Johnny Gaudreau. So shootouts have not been our strong suit to start this season, but we do get our I don't know if that's our first shootout win, but it's definitely one of our only shootout wins so far this season. But yeah, that's good. That's what you want to see. We will take that one. Obviously, Cam Talbot 9-6-8. Really good game by Cam Talbot. He's been superb for us to start this season, and we have been just rolling with the hot hand here to start the month of November. So 2 huge points there for the Calgary Flames. Now we got back-to-back games. So again, we're going to keep things realistic here in franchise mode and back-to-back games. We are going to switch up our goalies, but the other thing is I want to get Riddick going as well quietly. Talbot is playing good for us, but Riddick is no doubt about it our starter. Talbot at 81, Riddick at 85. We're not giving up on David Riddick by any means. He is clearly our starter still. He's just going through a bit of a dry spell right now, but that's okay because Cam Talbot has stepped up. But back-to-back games, we'll give Riddick this game here against the Hurricanes, and then we'll see how he does and maybe go back to Cam Talbot. Sorry, I was just thinking I want to make a change. I want to put Mangiapane and Lindholm back around because we only did score 1 goal there in that last game. And just looking here, let's try Dubé and Versteeg. Let's swap those guys there. Just minor changes here to see if we can start tweaking or igniting our offense. Because again, just 2 goals in our last 2 games there. Our offense has been slightly quiet. So let's get going here against the Hurricanes. Back-to-back nights. See if we can get a win streak going here again. Flames, Canes, first period. Yes, there we go. 2-0. Scott Wilson and Andrew Mangiapane back on that second line. Excuse me, beating Peter Mrazek, second period here. Another 2 goals by the Flames. This time it's Sean Monahan and Max Domi. That's what you want to see from your top line. Finally, they get a goal. It is Sean Monahan. Third period, they had one. It's Marnuk with his goal there, and the Flames take this one 4-1. So big, huge win here in Raleigh as we take back-to-back wins here in back-to-back nights. Just looking there. So yeah, we'll take that one, obviously. And David Riddick goes really well, 9-7-3. So he outperforms Cam Talbot from the game before, who I think was like 9-6-3. Riddick goes 9-7-3. So finally a good game there for Cam Talbot. We're now at 7-4-4. So we're still sitting just 6th in our division, but again, a couple games back of everybody else. But again, we're not separated by a lot of points. We're just 1 point back of both the Sharks and the Coyotes. And just 3 points back there of the Oilers, the Knights, and the Canucks. The Canucks have now jumped to 1st in our division there with 22 points as well. So let's just see if we can keep rolling here. We'll keep Riddick in net because he played a good game there, but Talbot's been playing really good for us in this month as well. So 4-1, we'll keep the same lines here from our last game there. Let's just see if we can start stringing together some wins. It's cliche, but we just need to string together some wins. We just need to get as many wins here as we can to start off this season. Want to start off strong. So first period, second period, nothing. They get one by Conley. Again, our offense going quiet through 40 minutes in this one. Our offense has been inconsistent. Come on, Calgary. Huge third period. Come on. Oh, my God. We get one from Rasmus Anderson, but they get one from Barkov. So, yeah, offense has definitely been inconsistent to start this season. So, we drop another one here. 2 points that we much could have used. 8-6-7. So we'll put Talbot back in net because a slightly poor night there by David Riddick, who didn't face a lot of shots. We got the St. Louis Blues here coming up. But yeah, the story has just been some inconsistent offense, and it's costed us some games here. I like Mangiapane on that second line. I'm just trying to think what we can do here to switch things up a little bit. Johnny Gaudreau just 4 goals for 6. Yeah, he's really struggled. Monahan not much better. And same with Lindholm. You know what? We got to make a change here. Let's put Domi up there. He is a elite playmaker. He's got obviously 13 assists there. If he can start feeding Johnny Gaudreau the puck, maybe even Elias Lindholm, put Monahan there with Mangiapane and Tkachuk. So we're just going to switch our top 2 centers there. See if we can get something going. We also have the option of moving Michael Backlund to the second line and putting Domi on the wing maybe. But I like Mangiapane. I like what he's done. Lindholm has been quiet. I wonder if maybe we take Lindholm out of the top 6 here, put him at center. We have a lot of options, but let's try what we have right now with Domi and Sean Monahan switching places, and then put Cam Talbot back in. Yeah, that's the nice thing I like about our team is we have so many guys that can play center, like Domi and Lindholm, Monahan, Backlund, and then most of those guys can also switch to the wing as well. So that is the nice thing. We have a lot of depth when it comes to, and a lot of options, I should say, when it comes to that top 6 rotation. So here we go, St. Louis Blues. Let's try and get back into the win column. We need wins here. First period, they get one from Cody Ceci. Second period, we finally get one there from Michael Backlund on the third line. Huge third period, Calgary. Come on. Yes, we do. Giordano and Johnny Gaudreau. So maybe Domi has helped Johnny Gaudreau there to get a goal. I don't know how long of a streak he was on, but I think that's only, his 5th of the season. They get one from Robert Bertuzzo, but we do take the 3-2 win. So we'll take that. St. Louis is probably a good team, but we'll definitely take what we can get here. 2-point night for Gaudreau, which is huge. Backlund and Giordano. And just looking here, 9-3-8 for Cam Talbot. So Talbot stays pretty hot. So we'll just continue to roll with Talbot here. And now we got the 7-9-0 Buffalo Sabres. So again, we just got to find a way to start stringing together wins here. We're going win-loss, win-loss, win-loss. And we need to start just going with as many wins here as we can. So where do we sit now? Still 6th in our division, 20 points. Again, it's still tight. And we're still back in terms of games played. But here we go, Buffalo Sabres, Calgary Flames. We're going to keep the same lineup. As we are, we're about halfway through the month of November here, 15th. First period here, Flames Sabres. There we go, 2 huge goals. Mangiapane, Tkachuk on that second line. Another goal by Johnny Gaudreau, back-to-back games for him. That's big. Colin Miller scoring for the Sabres. Third period, we add 2 more. Tkachuk looks like he gets it emptied out of Mangiapane. They get one from Jeff Skinner. So a big breakout game there for our top 6 guys. Johnny Gaudreau gets 2 goals in that one, and our second line doing really well as well. Mangiapane working on a 3-point night. Tkachuk a 3-point night on that second line. Monahan a 3-point night on that second line. So really good night for that second line, and then even our top line. Johnny Gaudreau just gets 1 goal. Sorry, Max Domi getting the assist and Elias Lindholm. So all of our scoring coming from our top 2 lines there. That's what we want to see, and a 9-3-1 for Cam Talbot. So really good there by our top goalie, and obviously by our top 2 lines there. So let's see if we can just keep it going here. That is back-to-back wins. We want to start making it, 3 wins in a row and then 4 wins. So that's all we can do. And somehow we still sit 7th. I mean, that's how good our division is. I mean, our division is really good. We sit actually tied with the Kings in points. Again, we have the least amount of games played, but I mean, it's just insane to see how good our division is probably going to be this year. We obviously, right from the start of the season, we've had both wild card spots in our division. You can see the Central, they're not as strong as our division. We have 22 points. We would be 3rd place right now in the Central Division, especially with games played. And right now we're sitting tied for last, 8th, if you will, because in terms of points, because our division is just so strong. So this could be a bad year for us, just because our division's strong. It's definitely going to make it incredibly hard to defend the Pacific Division for a 3rd straight year. But right now we just want to make sure we're in the playoffs and possibly or preferably in a top 3 spot. So here we go. Like I said, just trying to get wins here, just trying to get our mojo back here. Again, very early in the season. We're not panicking or anything, but we do need to get wins. This one is a huge one because it's a divisional game. This is the biggest thing about this season. I'm struggling. I'm sorry. The biggest thing about this season is we need to win divisional games now because of how strong our division is. We cannot give up any points to our division here. So 3 goals in that first period. Elias Lindholm, Max Domi, and Elias Lindholm. So our top line doing it again in this game. That's what you want to see. But they also get 2 goals from their top line. Anze Kopitar striking twice. Second period. Come on, Flames. We get 1, but they get 2. We can't be giving up these goals to them. Mangiapane continues to scoring for that second line. Actually, that's a power play goal for Mangiapane. But huge third period, tied at 4. Come on, Flames. We need both points in regulation. Yes, Elias Lindholm gets the hat trick, I believe it is. That top line coming through for us. A huge hat trick performance from one of our quietest players so far this season in Elias Lindholm. Max Domi, just look at that. A 5-point night for Max Domi on the top line. That is incredible. A hat trick for Elias Lindholm. A 3-point night for Johnny Gaudreau. That top line getting it done here in a massive divisional game. That's what you want to see. I mean, the last few games, our top 2 lines have really, really stepped it up. Mangiapane gets a goal on that second line as well. Tkachuk and Monahan don't have anything, but that's what you want to see, obviously, out of your top line. 8-7-5, the first, so-so night there for Cam Talbot, but a 5-point night for Domi and a hat trick for Elias Lindholm and a 3-point night for Johnny Gaudreau. So that is huge. So big game there by the Flames. And again, it's a big divisional game. We got another big one coming up, though, against the Edmonton Oilers. So we're going to have to find a way here to win that. So let me take a drink here. So an incoming trade there, obviously. We are not at all going to give up Andrew Mangiapane, who's just been lights out for us yet again this season. So I'm not even going to look at that trade. So here we go. Dallas Stars. Was that 3 wins in a row? I think that was 3, right? If I'm not mistaken. I just want to look here quickly. Yes, that was 3 wins. Yes, sorry. 3 wins in a row. As we got the Dallas Stars. So again, that's what we need to do. 24 points there. Sitting just, a point back, obviously, of the playoffs in our division. But still, I mean, we have not been higher than 5th or 6th place in our division this whole season because our division has been that good. You can see the Canucks leading there with 28 points. But we're only 4 points back of the Canucks for top spot. So, I mean, it's so close, but yet we have not been able to crack higher than 6th or 5th in our division because every time we win games, so does our division. So, but that game over the Kings was huge. We have a huge one coming up against Edmonton as well here. So we have to make sure we win these divisional games. But another big game here against a Western Conference foe in the Dallas Stars. As we got the Stars here. So first period in Calgary, big goal there by Elias Lindholm. 4th goal in the last 2 games. Huge goal as Elias Lindholm was finally starting to heat up. I think that changing of, there's Matthew Tkachuk as well. I think that changing of, and then Noah Hannafin and Rasmus Anderson. That changing of Monahan and Max Domi has really, really turned around our offense in these last few games. So that was a big lineup change that I didn't know if it would work, but it turns out it has. Domi's really ignited Johnny Gaudreau and especially Elias Lindholm on that top line. And Sean Monahan seems to be fitting in perfectly with Mangiapane and Tkachuk. So another big night by our top line. 2 points there for Elias Lindholm, Johnny Gaudreau, Matthew Tkachuk getting a goal on that second line. Monahan still has been quiet, but as long as they're getting the job done. Shutout performance here, 24 save shutout performance by Cam Talbot, who's been our starter for most of this season. So again, I'm not giving up on David Rigg at all, but we're just riding with the hot hand right now in Cam Talbot. He's been playing well, and sometimes you just need to do that. I'm sure at one point here, Riddick's going to step back in and take the reins of the starting job, but right now it is all Cam Talbot. So another incoming trade here for Mangiapane by the Predators. So we've got 4 wins, I believe that is, in a row now. We're starting to heat up, but again, look at, we cannot crack higher than 5 in our division. We do have a wild card spot for the first time this season, so finally we're in a playoff spot for the first time this season. But again, it's incredible how far up or how good our division is. 27 points there for the Ducks and the Oilers. So this game is huge. Obviously, we can jump the Oilers in the standings. Now, they have played 2 more games than us. Look at the Ducks. They've played 5 more games than us. I mean, I don't understand why we are so low in terms of games played. That's a good thing to have so many games in hand. I guess we can always make those games up, but I just prefer if if the games are always kind of more evened out throughout the season. But we'll take that. We'll take the games in hand versus being too far ahead like the Ducks are. But I just want to see here. So we are 1 point back of the Oilers and Ducks, 2 points back of the Golden Knights, and then the Canucks running away right now, 32 points in our division. But let's see if we can get this one. So huge game here against the Oilers. Obviously, like I said, if we get 2 points here, we jump them in our division. If we give them a point, we just tie them. And obviously, if we lose, they're going to jump further ahead. So we have to win this game in regulation. Massive divisional game here for the Flames against the Oilers. For the first time this season, it's the Battle of Alberta from the Dome. First period, we split goals, James Neal and Johnny Gaudreau. Come on, Calgary. Huge divisional game. Second period, we split goals yet again. Kyler Yamamoto and Matthew Tkachuk. Can we get the only goal of the third period? Come on, Flames. Fuck me. That's insane. James Neal, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Matt Betty. Like, what the hell? Come on, Calgary. We got to be stronger than that in our third periods. That is just, massive divisional game, and we just drop it. So that is tough. That's one we had to have. That was just as important as that Kings game. 2-point night there for Matthew Tkachuk. 8-5-7 goals, Cam Talbot. So we'll give Riddick a chance to get the net back here after a poor divisional game there against Talbot's former team. We wanted that one. That's tough. That bumps us back down to 6th, and probably bumps the Edmonton Oilers up a little bit in our division as well. So, I mean, you can see how important divisional games are going to be this season. Like, they're always important every season, but for some reason this year it's going to be that much more important. I mean, incredible how strong this division is. But let's just try and keep trying to do what we can do and just take care of business and win as many games as we can here. So here we go. We'll keep the same lineup. Oh shit! I wanted to put Riddick back in. All right, we'll give Talbot a game to bounce back here. I wanted to put Riddick in, but we'll give Talbot a second chance here because he has been good. We'll see if we can bounce back here against the Predators. First period, that's not a good start for Talbot. 2 goals there by the Predators. Second period, 3 goals by the Predators. Third period, fuck me, a 6-1 beatdown by the Nashville Predators. So yeah, it's definitely time for David Riddick to get back into the goal. Don't know what Talbot's done in these last 2 games. What happened because he was playing so good. Crap. Who struggled in this one? -3 for the top line, Johnny Gaudreau. -2 for Lyle Slade, home, Rasmus Anderson. So, not what you want to see. Riddick didn't come in at all. Why did Talbot only play 40? Okay, that's weird. It says Talbot played 40 minutes and Riddick didn't play any minutes. Who played the last 20 minutes? That's got to be a glitch, because that's weird. It says he only played. Okay, did we have like no goalie for a whole period? Did we just pull our goalie for the entire third period? Like, that's a little weird. So that's got to be a glitch. I bet you Riddick came in for the final 20. It just didn't show that. But well, anyways, we'll put David Riddick back in. Big save, Dave. Let's see if we can get his mojo back here. He is our starting goalie, like I said. After all, we knew he would get the net back at one point. But back-to-back losses has really hurt us here. After we went on like a 4-game winning streak there, we have now lost back-to-back games. Not what you want to do here. We got the St. Louis Blues again, who I believe we just beat. So we want to try and get another win here against them. Coming very close to the end of the month here of November. I just want to take a look here. 26 points for the Flames through 22 games. It's a tough year this year. I mean, it's not easy at all. So we did lose 6-1. Just looking here. I think I'll keep our defense. I'm going to switch Versteeg. Versteeg hasn't done much on that third line. We'll put Dubé back up there. Top 6 has been fine. I mean, that last game, Gaudreau was a -3. Lindholm was a -2. But for the most part, offensively, they've been fine the last handful of games. So we'll keep it the way it is, and just hope to get our bottom 6 going a little bit now, because Backlund's even been quiet the last handful of games after having a really good start to the season for us on that third line. So see what we can get going here against the Blues at Enterprise Arena in St. Louis. So first period there, nothing. Again, come on, Flames. Second period, fuck me. David Perron, Ryan O'Reilly. Calgary, you have to do something in this third period. Unbelievable. 4-0 shutout to the St. Louis Blues. That is just, our offense is just struggling. Not good at all. Hannafin goes -3. Domi -2. Anderson, yeah, so that top line, once again, that's back-to-back games for them. And then Riddick struggles. Back-to-back games by Talbot where he struggles, and then Riddick comes in and he struggles. We are now 11-8-4 in the season. So it is, it's not the way we wanted to begin this regular season, that's for sure. We're now 2 full months into the season, past the quarter-way mark of the season, with 23 games played, just 26 points to show for. So, you know, for a team that defended the Pacific Division for 2 straight years and considered to be a strong cup contender, this is not the way we want to start. So, I want to keep Domi on that top line with Lindholm in control. Chuck Monahan, Mangiapane, Dubé, Backlund, Bennett. We got to shake something up here, though. I wonder if we go Backlund, Kachuk, just for a game. I know Monahan doesn't belong on a third line at 91 overall, but let's just try shaking something up here. Monahan has been quiet here. Just 3 goals and 12 assists through 23 games, so we need more out of Sean Monahan. I just want to see, I want to look at his stats here. Just +2. Yeah, we'll try Backlund there. And then I think what we're going to do here is try Noah Hannafin. We'll stack our top unit. And we'll go, because Rasmus Anderson is right shot. We'll go right shot, left shot, Valimaki Anderson. We'll put Hannafin, who's an 88, with Giordano, who's an 89. And see if that maybe can get us going. And then Rasmus Anderson, who's 85 there with Valimaki 82. And then we'll keep Hamonic and Shillington down there. That'll be our first change this season to our defensive core. Then I think what we'll do here is we'll look at how our team stats are doing after this Winnipeg game here. So what we'll do is we'll finish off this month, look at our team stats, and see how our team is doing, where we're struggling. Obviously, we're struggling to score, but where else are we struggling? So let's get this game going against the Jets. First period, Backlund on that second line gets a goal. Second period, Mangiapane on the second line getting a goal. So does Blake Wheeler. Do we hang on for the third? Yes, we do. Well, we had a goal from Mark Giordano, possibly an empty netter. That's a good bounce back win for the Flames, 3-1 win there. We'll take it. Hamonic 2 points, Backlund 2 points, that second line with Michael Backlund in there doing well. And then 9-6-9, much better night there for David Riddick. But it's inconsistency that is definitely killing us to start this season. So let's take a look now at our team stats and see if we can get something going here or figure out what is going wrong here for the Calgary Flames through the first 2 months, and then we'll try and we'll try and get the month of December in this episode as well. So we'll try and go really quick here, but let's just quickly look at our team stats here. So let's go by league again. I want to see where we rank in a 31 team league, not in just our division. But goals for. Highly expect this to be where we struggle. So the Avalanche lead the league with 99 goals for. Least amount of goals for is Buffalo, where are we in the bottom half. We might actually be in the top half here, so let's go by the top half here. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So just in the bottom half. We're smack in the middle of the league. We're just averaging 3 goals a game pretty much. 73 goals for there. So obviously we need to boost that. That's the biggest thing there. Goals against, the Leafs letting in 100 goals already. So we are in the top half, I should say, in terms of goals against. There we go. We sit 9th in the league in goals against. So goals against, not too big of a problem, despite our 2 goaltenders struggling from time to time. Talbot did have a really good season for most of the season, but he has struggled lately in the second half of that month, whereas Riddick struggled for most of the season, but yet we still sit 9th in terms of goals against, 68 goals against, 2.83 per game. So that's not our problem. Power play might be a slight problem here, 21%. No, power play is actually getting it done, 21.9, so almost 22%. Good enough for 4th in the league. So no, the power play is fine. What about PK? How's our PK doing? 76. Our PK could probably be a lot better. Yeah, so we're 4th worst in the league when it comes to PK. So we could probably fix the PK and the goals for. So with that, I'm going to quickly go and fix the PK here. I thought when I was doing the lines in the last episode, I thought we had the best combination for the penalty kill, but we have probably been running into some good power plays along the way as well. So let's go Michael Backlund here. Sean Monahan has good defensive stats. You know what, Jankowski is you know, we had him out of the lineup for a bit. Let's put Max Domi in on the PK as well. I'm not sure what his defensive stats are, but they can't be too bad. 88, 85, 89. So yeah, we'll put Domi in there. Let's put Domi and Backlund up there. Lindholm and Monahan. You know what? No, let's keep Lindholm there. These are our 2 best defensive defensemen, and then these are our second 2 best. So I'm not sure, you know, maybe we'll try Hannafin with the Hamnick and Giordano down there with Hannafin 88, 90, 90, 88, 90, 90. Where's Giordano? That's Hamnick. Giordano 93. Yes, Giordano still, or you know what? I want Giordano up there. He still has by far the best defensive stats of anybody on the team in terms of you know, defensive stats. So yeah, let's keep that around. I don't know what else we can do on the PK. You know, we've got all of our best defensive players. Like, I've gone through our team, and all of our best players with the best defensive stats are out there. So not too sure what else we can be doing in terms of fixing the PK, but it is obviously in the bottom 5 in the league, so something's got to change there. So anyways, let's keep it rolling here at the month of December, see how much we can get going here. So we just got to keep wins going here for the Flames. So here we go, a big divisional game here against the Sharks. So this is another one we have to get in regulation. So first period, there's 2 goals from us, Wilson and Jankowski. They get 1 from Couture, excuse me. Second period, Max Domi adding 1, and we add another one, Mangiapane, they get 1 from Carlson. So that's a big divisional game in regulation, obviously what you want to see. 2.9 for Wilson and Versteeg, so that 4th line actually getting the job done in this game. That's refreshing to see. Riddick goes 9-4-6, but yeah, a really, really good game for Riddick there, and then the 4th line, it's good to see them contribute, you know, once in a while, but we want to get our top guys going consistently in this one. So we got the Hurricanes here. Let's keep going here. Like I said, it's just about stringing as many wins in regulation against our division rivals, and then just wins in general as we can here. So first period, we get 1, they get 1. It's Kachuk and McGinn. Second period, come on Flames. Yes, there's Giordano. Do we hang on? Shit, they get 1. We do get a point. We have to get this extra point here. Come on, overtime. Yes, Monahan with the overtime winner, I think it was there. So good to see from Sean Monahan, who's, again, on that 3rd line, believe it or not. Yeah, he gets the overtime winner. Monahan actually has a 2-point night there, so that's what you want to see from Sean Monahan. 9-3-5 there for Riddick, so we'll just keep taking the wins here. That's 2 huge points. Stockton's Andrew Nielsen has been injured. We'll just quickly run in there and just quickly replace him here. Quickly defense. This guy can move up. That guy can move up, and let's just fill this with whoever down here. We don't have an extra defenseman. We'll have to play this random guy at center then, or this random center guy at defense. Oh my God, what is going on here? Extras. I hate this. I hate this. Like, just fill the fucking extras. Nobody cares that he was a fucking extra. My God, why was he even an extra? He's a defenseman. Like, Jesus Christ, put Phillips in there. Oh, Phillips was already in there. Unbelievable. Okay, put Glenn Gordon in there. Unbelievable. All right. So another divisional game here against the Canucks. So the Canucks lead our division, and they actually lead the league, I believe. No, actually the Panthers lead the league with 40 points, but the Canucks lead our division with 39 points, just 1 point back. We're 32 points. We need this divisional game against Vancouver. A big measuring game here against the Canucks, who are, for some reason, doing just so well to start off this season. So we'll keep the same lineup, see if we can get a massive win in regulation here. This would be huge should we come in and take out the first place Vancouver Canucks. So here we go. First period. They get 1 there from Elias Pettersson. Second period. It's 1-1. Travis Havanick beating Halak. Do we get a big third period by the Flames? Yes! Look at that. Mark Giordano, Oliver Shillington, a couple defensemen stepping up there in the third period for the Flames. And that is a huge 3-1 win over our division leading rivals in the Vancouver Canucks. So what you want to see, and Riddick has been solid these last few games. 9-6-8 in that one, really stopping an elite Vancouver team. I bet you they were pissed that we swept them in the first round, but we come in and we do not allow them to take out their frustration from last year's playoffs on us. We steal another win against the Canucks, 3-1 win. So yet that still doesn't bump us up in the standings. We sit at 34, but we do not allow the Canucks to get points, and we get points. But again, we sit 4 points back of Vancouver and Arizona, who lead our league, lead our division, I should say. 34 points for us there through 27 games. So we just got to keep winning here. Sabres next here. So we play this one against Buffalo. So yeah, sim here. Close to about the halfway point of this month, and then we'll finish off the episode here with the new year. So first period against the Sabres, 1-0 for them. Second period, they get 1 from Darlene. They get 2 from Darlene. We get 1 from Gio. Do we get at least tie goal here in the third? No, we don't. We drop this one 3-1. Ryan Hart gets this one in the third, so want to get 2 points there. 9-1-2, not bad for Riddick. Offense just goes a little quiet in this one. We'll keep the same lineup, see if we can get something going here against the Detroit Red Wings. So Andrew Nielsen is able to come back. Just throw him back in here. All right. Simulate this game against the Red Wings, who are 16-12-2 on the season. First period, splitting the goals is Valtteri Filppula and Johnny Gaudreau. Second period, 2 big goals from Noah Hannafin and Rasmus Anderson. 3-1, we'll take that. A lot of 3-1 games lately, but you know what? If we're on the right side of them, I really don't care what the score is, as long as we're winning hockey games. Mangiapane, a 2-point night there. 9-6-9 there for Riddick, who's just been superb since taking the net over. We knew that was going to happen at one point. Talbot had such a good start to the season for us, and especially the month of November. But since then, since about the halfway point of that month, Talbot has come in and has just been solid for us. Like a lot of really good nights there for Cam Talbot. His numbers should be pretty good now. So finally, we're 4th place in our division. We finally hit the 4th point place in our division, 36 points. So that's good to see as we sit in the first wildcard spot. But back-to-back games here. You know what? As much as this is a back-to-back game, again, and like I said, I'll keep it realistic. I think Riggs just playing so well right now, and we need these points. So I'm going to keep him net here against the Flyers, who are a really good team at 24-5, I believe it was. So let's keep Riddick rolling here. But they get 2 goals from Patrick. 2 goals from Patrick, and then we get 1 from Backlund. But a huge second period there. Hannafin, Lindholm, Monahan. They get 1 from Nieto. Do we hang on in the third? Holy shit. Lots of goals coming in, but we do hang on. Hamnick, Lindholm, Domi, Mangiapane, and then they get 2 from Nieto and Gostisbehere. So a wild game in Philadelphia for sure, as the Flames and the Flyers put up a lot of goals there. 8-5 was the final. 3-point night for Domi, Backlund. 2-point night for Lindholm, Gaudreau, Gio, Hannafin, Mangiapane, and Monahan. So good to see there from our offense. Obviously, Riddick didn't have a good night there, 8-1-5 on back-to-back nights. And maybe I should have put Talbot in, but I just wanted to get that win. So we got an 8-5 win there over the Flyers. Good night for our offense to break out, but like I said, we can't be letting in 5 goals each game either. So still sit 4th. The second wildcard spot has actually gone to the Central Division for the first time this season. So the Central Division is starting to catch up, but our division is still really strong. We do have a little bit more separation now from, say, teams like the Kings and the Ducks, and we do sit 3 points clear of the Golden Knights and the Sharks, who have played more games than us. So we are starting to maybe separate ourselves a little bit in our division, or I should say our division is splitting a little bit, but it's still a good division. You can see the Canucks still up there with 42 points, or the Avalanche. No, I was looking at the Central. I don't know. First period, nothing. Second period, 2-1 for them. Milano and Murray. Gaudreau, huge third period. Come on, Flames. We need these points. Yes, that's a big third period. Monahan, Dubé, Giordano beating Jonas Copacello. Come back in the third period there for the Flames, and that's a big win for Calgary. 2-point night there for Michael Backlund. 9-3-8 for David Rigg, who just stays solid. Excuse me. So big game there for the Flames. As you can see, we're starting to play a lot more games here. It's three wins in a row. As we got the New York Rangers now in Calgary, 40 points now. So we set point back of the Oilers. 2 point backs there are the Coyotes and 5 points back of the Canucks. But again, we have a few games in hand in all those teams. So again, it's good to have games in hand. Definitely over versus not having games in hand at all. So 3-game winning streak. Let's see if we can make it 4. Stay red hot here. David Riddick has been lights out for us since getting the net back. 1-1 there after 1. Bennett and Zibanejad. That might be Sam Bennett's first, at least maybe his second or third of the season. He has not been doing a lot for us this year on that third line. He's kind of been quiet. Brett Howden scores, as does, is that Elias Anderson? 3-1 Rangers. Do we have another comeback in the third? Come on, Calgary. Nothing. We dropped this one 3-1. So 3-game winning streak comes to an end, but that's all right. We didn't give up points to a division rival, at least. Top pairing went to -2. Reg went to 8-8-9 in this one. All right, let's see if we can get back in the win column here against the Ottawa Senators, who are 19-10-4. We're 18-10-4, so they're about the same record as us. We just need to get points here, so we're nearing the Christmas break here in the 2020-2021 season. So here we go. First period against the Ottawa Senators. And they go 2-0. Colin White, Chris Tierney. Second period, come on, Flames. We get 1, but they get 1. Johnny Gaudreau, Bobby Ryan. Come on, come back in the third period. Fuck, another 3-1 loss. What is with all these 3-1 games? Either 3-1 wins or 3-1 losses. That's so weird. So another game where we do struggle a little bit offensively. Offense has gone quiet. 9-1-9 for Riddick. So I wonder if we just make minor tweaks here to our offense. And I think I know exactly what to do to make that minor tweak. That's going to be switch Sean Monahan and Michael Backlund back. Monahan has actually played slightly better lately. We'll put Backlund back on that third line. Monahan there on the second line again. I get Monahan back in the top 6 there. Like I said, Monahan's too good to be out of our top 6 at 91 overall. He definitely has to be in our top 6 for sure. So Rick's actually played good despite these back-to-back 3-1 losses to a couple Eastern Conference teams. So we'll leave him in for this Dallas game, and then I guess give Talbot the Canuck game, which is going to be tough because they sit 7 points clear of us there with the division lead. 2 games in hand though is what we have on Vancouver. But let's get going here. First period here against the Dallas Stars. And we got a 1-0 lead to Elias Lindholm. Second period, nothing. Do we hang on to the third? Fuck me. How did they get 2 goals in the third period? Derek Brassard and Joe Pavelski. Oh, that is one we had to have. We were up 1-0 for most of the game, and then, but our offense is just not getting enough support there. So that's not one you want to see there. 9-1-7, we lose this 2-1 game here to the Stars, and we're on a 3-game losing streak. Yeah. And now we got the top team in our division in Vancouver. Geez, not a good way to end this month after such a solid month. We'll give Red the night off, get Talbot back in there. We've only scored 3 goals in the last 3 games. What can we do here? What can we do? Let's try... No, I want to try giving Jankowski some ice time here. Put Bennett as a 4th line center. We just got to try mixing something up here. See if we can get some kind of offense going here. And then it looks like we got a Christmas Day game against San Jose. All right. So apparently the NHL is like the NBA now. We play games on Christmas Day for some reason. First period, Flames and Canucks. Like I said, battle of against the top team in our division, Jankowski and Anderson for us. They get 1 from former Flames, Sven Baertschi and Brock Besser. Huge second period, Calgary. No, they get a goal from Jay Beal, the Calgary native. We need to pull back here in the third period. This is a massive divisional game. Come on, Calgary. We need points here. We do tie it up. We get a point. We give Vancouver a point, but as long as we can get the second point here, Yusuf Valimaki tying it up there. Come on, Calgary, overtime. Come on, shootout. Bo Horvat gets the shootout goal. They win this one 4-3. So we end up giving 2 points to Vancouver in a massive divisional game there. We do get 1, but not happy at all with giving up those 2 points. So Let's sim here to Christmas Day. Like I said, for some reason we're playing on Christmas Day here against another divisional team in the San Jose Sharks, who are actually below us. We've actually separated ourselves a little bit from Vancouver, or from San Jose, I should say, who sits at 39 points. So we are, 2 points clear there of San Jose. So not a lot, I should say, but we do have, 2 games at hand on San Jose. But we're trying to stay with those teams ahead of us. You see Arizona 44, Edmonton 46, and Vancouver 49. So we're trying to stay up in that top half of our division versus the bottom half in our division. If we can stay in that top half, and then in the second half of the season, if we can emerge and really propel ourselves through that top half, I think that's our only shot at defending our Pacific Division crown and really just cracking the playoffs at this point. That's all we want to make sure we do. I want to be in the top 3. I don't want to be gambling with a wild card spot. I definitely want to be in the top 3 in our division. But it's going to be tough. It's a good division this year. So let's go and finish this month off, and then we'll end this episode here. So we are on a 4-game losing streak, but we could another big divisional game here. We don't want to give, obviously, San Jose life here. Like I said, they're only 2 points back, so we have to win this game here against the Sharks. So first period, 1-1, Jankowski and Roy. Second period, we get 2. They get 1. Mangiapane, Lindholm for us. They get 1 from Matthew Pearl. Come on, do we hang on for the third period? Yes! Thank you, Chris Versteeg and Johnny Gaudreau. Versteeg likely getting the empty netter there, so we will take it, obviously. Much better night to snap that 4-game losing streak, and Talbot playing this one again, 9-1-3, so not bad there. I wonder if we should give Riddick the net back, because we just gave Talbot back-to-back games there. Actually, we have back-to-back games coming up, so we will give Talbot the Arizona game, which is going to be huge, and then probably Riddick the LA game to finish off the month here. So the Arizona game is going to be huge because they sit just a point ahead of us here. We can jump into the top 3 in our division for the first time if we get this win here against the Coyotes. So please, Calgary, please win this game against the Coyotes. Let's finish off this month in the top 3, please. That'd be nice. All right, here we go. Massive game here. Massive divisional game. These are the games we have to have 2 points in regulation. Please, Calgary. Nice. 3 goals there. They do get 1 from Clayton Keller, but Monahan, Gaudreau, and Valimaki. Second period, yes, we get another. They get another. Mangiapane and Jumerson. Please hang on, Calgary. Yes, that's what I want to see. Valimaki and Monahan. Massive divisional game there against the Coyotes. Getting the 2 points, not giving Arizona anything. And that is so huge. So we do jump them. We now sit 3rd in our division. Monahan working on a 4-point night. That's probably his best game of the season. I don't think he's ever had that many points in a game this season. 2 goals and 2 assists. Kachuk working with 2 points. Mangiapane, Gaudreau, Valimaki, and onward. And Talbot playing really well in this game. 9-2-0. But we'll put Riddick back in for that game against the Kings, I should say. But you know what? I do like the fact that Talbot is coming in and still playing some good games for us. Like I said, he played most of that month of November. He was really good for us in that month of November. But what it did is it allowed us to really rest David Riddick. Riddick has, we'll look at the stats in the next episode because we're going tight for time on this episode. Yeah, it's really allowed us to not play Riddick as much and maybe rest him a little bit more. So that's good to see that we have a steady backup that can come in and take games. So here's another big divisional game. Not as big because the Kings are down there, but still you want to win these divisional games here. Kovalchuk scores, so does Iafallo and Delorier. We get 1 from Lindholm. Do we pull back here in the 3rd period, I believe it is? We do. We tie this game up heading to overtime, so we steal a massive point here, Backlund and Lindholm. Can we take that 2nd point? Come on, Calgary. Nothing. Shootout. Come on. Fuck. We do get a point. They get a shootout winner from Drew Doughty, but we'll take the point against the Kings. Hopefully they don't catch us in the standings now. Just looking here. 2.9 for Lindholm. And Riddick goes 8-9-3. Tough, but we'll leave him in for the final game of the month against the Vegas Golden Knights here. So one more massive divisional game here against the Golden Knights. And if we can win this, we'll really solidify our spot here in the top 3. So they set good 5 points back of us, but we still want these divisional games because they're going to catch up to us in the long run. So we want to hang on to that top spot, obviously, or that top 3 spot in our division. So here we go. Final game of the 2020 calendar year before we flip to 2021, and it's against a division rival in the Vegas Golden Knights. We need to win this one. Come on, Calgary. Let's end off this episode in a winning fashion. There's a goal from Johnny Gaudreau, second period. Nothing. Third period. Yes. We shut them out. Mark Jankowski and Johnny Gaudreau. David Riddick bounces back with a shutout performance, and that is what you want to see from the Calgary Flames. David Riddick, 29 saves. Beautiful shutout performance there from David Riddick, getting back in goal. Yeah, I like the fact that we have really spread out our goaltending this year and really allowed Riddick to definitely get some rest there. So here we are in the calendar year of 2021. We will end this episode here. The Calgary Flames do sit third place in the division, so that is nice to see after sitting in the bottom half of our division for most of the season in the last episode, and then obviously in the first half of this episode. But we do find a way to really come through some key wins, especially against some divisional foes, and that allows us to be third place in our division with 48 points through 39 games. We've played about 2 games less than most of the teams there, as you can see, but we have a 21-12-6 record. Like I said, it's good enough to be third place, and we're still in the fight for the first place in our division. Vancouver does sit there with 56 points, and Edmonton at 52, but they're within reach. That's the main thing. If we can have a really good second half here of the season, there's no reason we can't defend our Pacific Division crown for a third straight year. But we will end this episode here. The Calgary Flames sit third place in what is a very tough division in the Pacific here in the 2020-2021 season.